The Post-American World, by Fareed Zakaria, explores the shifting global power dynamics in the 21st century. Zakaria argues that the world is moving beyond the era of American dominance to a more multipolar landscape. Here's a condensed summary. Introduction. Zakaria opens by challenging the notion of American decline, suggesting that it's not a decline of the U.S., but rather the rise of the rest. He introduces the concept of the post-American world, where other nations, particularly in Asia, are gaining economic and political influence. The rise of the rest. The rise of the rest, in the post-American world, refers to the growing economic and political influence of countries beyond the traditionally dominant Western powers, particularly the United States. Fareed Zakaria explains this phenomenon in several ways. 1. Economic growth. Zakaria highlights the rapid economic growth of emerging nations, prominently focusing on China and India. These countries have experienced substantial increases in GDP, industrialization, and technological advancements, challenging the economic supremacy historically held by the West. 2. Globalization. The author discusses how globalization has enabled nations worldwide to participate in the global economy. Improved communication, transportation, and technology have allowed countries to connect and compete on a global scale, facilitating the rise of previously marginalized economies. 3. Education and innovation. Zakaria emphasizes the role of education and innovation in the ascent of the rest. Countries like China and India have invested heavily in education and research, fostering a skilled workforce and contributing to technological breakthroughs that enhance their global competitiveness. 4. Political stability. The book suggests that political stability in certain emerging nations has played a crucial role. As these countries establish stable governance structures, attract foreign investment, and implement effective policies, they become more attractive to the global community. 5. Resource utilization. The efficient utilization of natural resources in emerging economies is discussed as a factor in their rise. Countries with abundant resources, when managed effectively, can leverage these assets to fuel economic growth and development. 6. Demographic dividend. Zakaria explores the demographic advantages of certain nations. A large and youthful population, if properly harnessed through education and job creation, can contribute significantly to economic growth and global influence. 7. Shift in global power dynamics. The book argues that the rise of the rest is not solely about the decline of the West, but rather a rebalancing of global power. As emerging nations become more influential, the traditional Western-centric narrative gives way to a more multipolar world order. 8. Technological connectivity. The interconnectedness brought about by technological advancements is highlighted. The ability of nations to participate in the global exchange of ideas, information, and trade has facilitated their rise on the world stage. In essence, the rise of the rest is portrayed as a natural consequence of globalization, technological progress, and the pursuit of economic development by nations outside the Western sphere. Zakaria encourages readers to recognize and adapt to this shift in global dynamics, advocating for cooperation and understanding in the face of a more interconnected and multipolar world. The Post-American World discusses the limits of American power in various dimensions, highlighting challenges and areas where the U.S. faces constraints. Here are key points on how the book explains the limits of American power. 1. Military overreach. Zakaria argues that the United States has, at times, overextended itself militarily, engaging in conflicts that have strained its resources and global influence. He suggests that the focus on military interventions should be re-evaluated to avoid stretching the country too thin. 2. Financial strain. The book addresses the economic strain resulting from extensive military engagements and the cost of maintaining a global military presence. Zakaria emphasizes the importance of sound economic policies and financial stability for sustaining global influence. 3. Nation-building challenges. the difficulties and complexities of nation building are discussed. The book suggests that while the U.S. has engaged in efforts to promote democracy and stability in various regions, these endeavors have often proven challenging, leading to questions about the effectiveness of such interventions. 4. Evolving global power dynamics. Zakaria points out that the rise of other nations, particularly in Asia, contributes to the relative decline of American dominance. As other countries gain economic and political influence, the U.S. faces a more multipolar world, necessitating a recalibration of its strategies. 5. Shift in global economic centers. The book discusses the shift in economic centers of gravity, with emerging markets gaining prominence. This shift poses challenges to the traditional economic dominance of the United States, requiring a re-evaluation of economic policies and strategies. 6. Technological challenges. The rapid pace of technological change is highlighted as a factor affecting American power. The book suggests that staying at the forefront of technological innovation is crucial for maintaining influence in a world where advancements play a significant role in shaping economic and military capabilities. 7. Public opinion and political divisions. Zakaria touches upon internal challenges, such as political divisions and shifts in public opinion, that can impact the ability of the United States to project power internationally. A united and politically stable nation is seen as essential for effective global leadership. 8. Global challenges require multilateral approaches. The book advocates for a more cooperative and multilateral approach to addressing global challenges. Zakaria suggests that no single nation, including the United States, can unilaterally tackle complex issues such as climate change, terrorism, and pandemics. In summary, the limits of American power in the book highlights the need for the United States to recognize and navigate constraints in various aspects, including military, economic, and diplomatic realms. Zakaria encourages a more strategic and nuanced approach to ensure continued relevance in a changing global landscape. The Washington Consensus. Zakaria critiques the Washington Consensus, the set of neoliberal economic policies pushed by the U.S. and international institutions. He argues that a more inclusive and cooperative approach is needed for global governance. The post-American economy. The book delves into the changing nature of the global economy, with emerging markets playing a more significant role. Zakaria discusses how technological advancements and interconnectedness contribute to this transformation. Diplomacy and soft power. The post-American world emphasizes the importance of diplomacy and soft power in navigating the complexities of the 21st century. Here's how the book explains these concepts. 1. Diplomacy as a key tool. Zakaria underscores the significance of diplomacy as a central tool for building and maintaining international relationships. He argues that dialogue, negotiation, and collaboration. 2. Soft power and cultural influence. The book explores the concept of soft power, emphasizing the ability to shape global perceptions through cultural influence, education, and ideas. Zakaria contends that a nation's attractiveness and the spread of its values contribute to its overall power and influence. 3. Cultural exchange and global appeal. Zakaria discusses the role of cultural exchange programs, educational initiatives, and the dissemination of media and arts in enhancing a country's soft power. He suggests that fostering positive global perceptions can be achieved through shared cultural experiences. 4. Information and communication strategies. The book delves into the importance of effective communication strategies in diplomacy. Zakaria argues that leveraging modern communication tools and disseminating accurate information are vital for shaping narratives and influencing opinions on the global stage. 5. Cooperative diplomacy. Zakaria advocates for a cooperative approach in diplomacy, where nations work together to address common challenges. He contends that building alliances and partnerships based on shared interests and values is essential for promoting stability and peace. 6. Multilateralism and international institutions. The book supports the idea of engaging with international institutions and participating in multilateral efforts. Zakaria suggests that cooperation within frameworks like the United Nations can amplify a nation's diplomatic influence and contribute to global problem solving. 7. Economic diplomacy. The economic dimension of diplomacy is explored, highlighting the role of trade and economic partnerships in fostering positive international relations. The book argues that economic cooperation can be a powerful driver of diplomatic success. 8. Adapting to a multipolar world. Given the shift to a more multipolar world, Zakaria suggests that diplomacy becomes even more crucial. The book argues that navigating the interests and perspectives of multiple powerful actors requires skillful diplomatic engagement and an understanding of diverse cultural and political contexts. In summary, the post-American world underscores the importance of diplomatic skills and soft power in the contemporary global landscape. The book advocates for a strategic and cooperative approach to international relations, recognizing that a nation's influence is not solely determined by military strength, but also by its ability to engage positively with the world through cultural exchange, information dissemination, and diplomatic initiatives. The challenges ahead. The post-American world addresses various challenges that the world is likely to face in the future. Here's how the book explains these challenges. 1. Terrorism. Zakaria discusses the persistent threat of terrorism and the challenges it poses to global security. He explores the complex nature of terrorist networks and emphasizes the need for international cooperation to address this transnational issue effectively. 2. Climate change. The book highlights the urgent challenge of climate change and its potential impact on the planet. Zakaria argues for collective efforts to mitigate environmental degradation, emphasizing the necessity of international agreements and coordinated actions to address this global threat. 3. Geopolitical conflicts. The potential for geopolitical conflicts is explored, especially in a world where power dynamics are shifting. The book discusses the importance of diplomatic solutions and conflict resolution mechanisms to prevent tensions from escalating into larger-scale conflicts. 4. Economic inequality. Zakaria addresses the issue of economic inequality on a global scale. The book suggests that addressing disparities in wealth and economic opportunities is crucial for fostering stability and preventing social unrest. 5. Health pandemics. The challenges posed by health pandemics are discussed, considering the potential for the spread of infectious diseases in our interconnected world. Zakaria advocates for coordinated global responses and improved healthcare infrastructure to mitigate the impact of pandemics. 6. Technological disruptions. The book acknowledges the rapid pace of technological advancements and the disruptions they may cause. Zakaria explores the potential consequences of technological innovation on employment, privacy, and security, urging societies to adapt and regulate responsibly. 7. Migration and displacement. The book addresses the challenges associated with migration and displacement, whether due to conflict, economic factors, or environmental changes. Zakaria emphasizes the need for international collaboration to manage and address the complexities of human mobility. 8. Resource scarcity. The scarcity of essential resources, including water and energy, is discussed as a potential challenge. The book suggests that managing resource scarcity requires global cooperation, sustainable practices, and innovative solutions. 9. Nuclear proliferation. Zakaria explores the risks associated with nuclear proliferation and the importance of preventing the spread of nuclear weapons. The book advocates for strong international agreements and diplomatic efforts to maintain global security. 10. Demographic shifts. The book touches upon demographic changes, such as aging populations in some regions and youth bulges in others. Zakaria discusses the implications of these shifts on social and economic structures emphasizing the need for adaptive policies. In summary, The Post-American World paints a comprehensive picture of the challenges that the world is likely to encounter in the future. The book advocates for international collaboration, diplomacy, and strategic planning to address these challenges effectively and foster a more stable and secure global environment. Conclusion. The book concludes with a call for a nuanced understanding of global power dynamics. Zakaria suggests that adapting to the changing landscape requires humility, cooperation, and a willingness to embrace a multipolar world. In essence, The Post-American World offers a thought-provoking analysis of the evolving global order, encouraging readers to rethink traditional notions of power and influence. The book is a call for a more collaborative and inclusive approach to navigate the complex